Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Today, I, was connecting and asking what today's video should be about, and I got the message that help is on the way. And honestly, for me personally, for me to hear that message today is really, really inspiring and needed, like necessary right now. So if you are watching this video, if this video has found its way for you and you need a little bit of help right now, this video is for you. Because the message is that help is on the way, and that you are not here alone, and that you are not here to do this alone. And this is a message that is continuing to be reinforced. And I was really caught up yesterday, really caught up. My job is extremely stressful right now, and it is trickling into every other aspect of my life. And, I was just asking, like, I need some help right now. How do I do this? How do I navigate this as a spiritual person? Because I don't work in a quote unquote spiritual industry. I work in events, which is very high pressure and very stressful. And right now we're just so busy, busier than ever. Like, I ask myself so many times a day, why is it so busy? And I know I'm not the only one going through this. And it's not, it could be at work, it could be at home, it could be a million other things that is really like, kind of like bringing you to your knees right now, figuratively, and maybe literally, pushing you to the edge. You're under that pressure right now. But what the divine really wants us to know is that they are here for us. I keep hearing, we are here, we are here. So what we need to do is we need to tap into that, and we need to tap into that help and into that guidance, and we need to ask and we need to allow, because we are not meant to do this alone. And the planet is just kind of crazy right now because of all of the energy coming in, and it's kind of like kicking up the mud. Like, I can't explain it, but I keep seeing it like bringing up, like, okay, I guess like in a muddy puddle, sometimes a lot of like the denser particles will settle to the bottom. But in order to create change, that has to be cleared up and cleared out. And for that to be cleared out, it needs to be kicked up and brought up. Therefore, it can be filtered out and moved out. And that is what is happening on the planet right now. So, because we are on this planet, we are experiencing this in our individual lives. And this is where we have to really lean into creating our own reality, and really lean into that faith and lean into our spiritual help. Because, like I said, we were not sent here alone. We were not meant to do this alone. So we need to ask multiple times throughout the day to continue, almost to just remind ourselves that we have that help. So when you continue to ask for that help, but the other thing is, and I feel like what the hardest part is when you're in the middle of being wrapped up, you might be able to ask for help, but it's hard to listen in that moment. It is hard to, because the divine is a whisper, the divine is soft, and when you are in the middle of that chaos, it's very loud. Your internal environment is very, very loud. And I don't even want to say the word we, because I want to say it's I. What I need to work on is getting quiet enough to hear that guidance and to hear that help. When it is directing me towards one thing or another, I need to be hearing that help. And I need to be reminding myself that it's just not that serious. It's just not. It's just not. And it is so easy to get wrapped up in thinking that it is so serious and I have to get this done. And, you know, I really like the what if game. And this is a coaching technique. Or if, you know, I forget what it's called. But it's so, you know, there's a project at work that's not going to be done on time. And you say, okay, what if it doesn't get done on time? Then it's the what if then game. That's what it is. Well, then it's a few days late. Okay, what if it's a few days late? What then? And then you kind of like, it helps you to work through that. Like, okay, let's take a really specific example, something that I'm going through right now. I do the marketing, a lot of the marketing I work for a hotel. And we, because of staffing, haven't been able to do our all-you-can-eat crab nights, but we're starting them this week. And the promotional material needs to be completely redone and completely released ASAP. And I'm feeling that pressure because I have so much other work to do, and this was just kind of like thrown onto me. So let's ask, what happens if the promotional material isn't done? Okay, well, then the first week or so of crab night is going to be a dud. Okay, what if it's a dud? Well, then we just wouldn't make as much money as we would, and my boss would be disappointed. Okay, so what happens after that? What if you don't make as much money and your boss is disappointed? Most likely my boss will move on and move on to the next thing. And as long as I'm getting it done, you know, it might not be in the time that he wants it, but it is going to get done. So if it's a little late and we lose a little bit of money on the first week, what's it, a couple $100 out of our pocket that we never had anyways for a specialty night that wasn't going to go on a week ago? It's not that bad. Like, it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. And we need to start asking ourselves this and playing this game, because life is a game. So we need to start treating it as a game. What can I get done? What happens if I don't get done? Is there a penalty? Do I lose a few coins that are stocked up? You know, what is it? What is going to happen? What if that happens? Then what? Then what? Then what? So continue to ask yourself until you can get to a point where you can realize that it is not the end of the world. Like, is the earth going to start spinning if the crab night material isn't released ASAP? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Is anyone going to be physically hurt? No, I don't think so. Is it going to slow down the evolution of humanity right now? I don't think so. Those are the most important things in the world, in my opinion. You know, people's safety, the earth continuing to spin, and the evolution of humanity. So if all of those projects, if what I'm doing, if none of those affect that, and I'm not saying to just, you know, kind of like throw it to the whim and be like, who cares? But I'm saying getting cut off, and I'm so sorry. So now this is a blended video, but it is what it is. I was gonna stop and I wasn't gonna continue this video, but then, you know, I decided, like, I'm not done. I'm not done just because my phone wants to run out of space. F you, Apple. Take that. But what we need to do is we need to release that pressure, because we need to start bringing in to our very forefront vision what is truly important right now, what is truly, truly matters, what truly matters right now. It is the awakening and the evolution of humanity in my opinion. In my opinion, there is nothing more important than that. So someone's 90th birthday party or anything like that, not that I'm negating it, I'm just saying, like, having that constant pressure on yourself to continue performing and to perform at a high level and to keep going and keep get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. You know, that pressure is not healthy, first of all. It's spiking your cortisol level, and then like I wonder why I've put on a little weight, and I finally put it together the other day. It's because I don't take a lunch break and I sit there stress eating while I work, and that is not healthy for your body. That tells your body that, hey, we don't know what's going on right now, but we know you're stressed out, so there might be a famine coming or a war or something, and you're feeding us right now. So let's hold on to that energy, that food, because we might need it later. That is exactly what happens when you're stressed out and you eat. When your cortisol is high, that is what happens. Your body feels the need to hold on to stored energy because it doesn't know what's coming. And also, like when you are stressed out, this is what happens when you are doing a high stress workout as well. That's why a lot of fitness people are actually turning against, you know, things like HIIT and sprints and running and things like that, because it spikes your cortisol and your body does the same thing. They're like, we know you're moving right now, we would normally be burning this energy, but you're really stressed out right now, so we're going to hold on to it. So for our health and for our sanity, let's start releasing that pressure and leaning into the help that we have, asking for it, listening to it, and allowing it into our lives. Let's set the intention right now. Let's take a deep breath and let's ask. We ask the divine entities of the highest light to come into our lives and to help us with every single aspect in our lives that is causing us stress and pressure. May we release those burdens to the divine. Those burdens are not ours to carry. We release them now. And we allow the beautiful light energy of the divine into our lives to help us in every single aspect of our lives. We are listening. We are listening. I am listening. And so it is. So let us move forward in that way throughout our day, knowing that we're not here alone and knowing that things just aren't that serious. It's just not that serious. I mean, unless you are a surgeon, then it kind of is that serious, but you still have help. You can still ask for help. So my name's Anne. That is our message for today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you tomorrow.